G'day team, it's your old mate the Kiwi Badger, and we're out here on the old ST. So it's been a long time since I've done a video, so just a bit of all my vlogs at the moment are catch-ups. For about probably the last 6 months, all I've done has been catch-up videos. As you know, I've changed jobs. I'm now 9 weeks into my, I think it's 23 weeks worth of training for my job. It's going pretty well actually. It's very intensive, but I'm thoroughly enjoying the new line of work. I've got my son on the back actually today. It's going to be his first sort of decent ride that's not just up or down the road or around the block. He's more of a techno kid, is my son. He's the one who went to the VEX World Robotics Champs in Kentucky in 2017. He's now 16 years of age and about 2 inches taller than me. Yeah, so it's a nice day. It's actually Mother's Day here in New Zealand. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, and happy Mother's Day to all you fathers out there who are solo dads. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. So yeah, it's I thought it would be a nice thing for he and I to go for a wee bit of a ride, since he's never really shown an interest in motorbikes. I thought it'd be nice to expose him to it and see what he thinks. He's at an age, he's got his learner's license at the moment, and I'm giving him driving lessons, but my dad, who wasn't even a motorcyclist in my lifetime, he had a motorcycle when he was single and had no kids, but my dad encouraged me to get on motorcycles when I was 17, and my son is 17 in June. So I thought, you know what, I'll expose him to motorcycling and take him for a ride on a nice comfy bike, and we'll just cruise along comfortably and see what he thinks. Plus the bike hasn't been ridden in a while. The VTR, I'll put the vehicle licensing or the registration, I'll put that on hold. I'll be taking Wolfie up to go and catch up with the big gorilla up in Tikawiti, where legends are made. Tikawiti, he's transferred up to Waikeria prison some months ago. He's just bought a house, so it's his housewarming next weekend. So yeah, I'm going to cruise up there and catch up with him and have a beer, and I'll take the ST, methinks. So it's just a bit of a short ride to see, make sure everything's feeling okay. The front brake pads, which are brand new, I think the calipers, the pots on the calipers aren't retracting fully. So then the traction control thinks the brakes are still on. So I think it's caused a bit of a fault, and it's turning the traction control off. Not that I really care, because I've never ridden bikes with traction control and ABS. I've always used my own ability to stay upright, and that has failed on a number of occasions. Has failed on a number of occasions, I must admit, where I've come off. yeah, so just thought I'd go for a bit of a ride. So yeah, Mother's Day. A day for mothers. I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to my mother, Jill. Not only is she the best mother I could have ever asked for or hoped for as a child, she's also one of my best friends. We have a lot in common. I'm one of 3 boys. There's 3 of us, all within 5 years of each other. Look at that beautiful scenery. Palmerston North over there. Yeah, so I've probably got the most in common with my mum than my brothers are concerned, and I consider my mum to be one of my best friends. We always have a laugh together. I can be brutally honest with my mum, and she doesn't hate me as a person. Yeah, so I love my mum. Happy Mother's Day. I had reason to attend my old work site in a professional capacity, and I was asked by some old colleagues if I missed being a prison officer, and I thought when I left the prison that after 15 and a bit years I would really miss being a prison officer, and I would regret the decision I had made to change careers. And when I was asked if I regret leaving or if I missed it, I can solemnly, hand on heart, say that although I do miss the people I worked with to an extent, I do not miss working in a prison at all. Not one bit. I don't miss the conflict. I don't miss the negativity. I don't miss the bickering. I don't miss the gossip. And that's just the staff. And you might say, well, if it was all that, then why on earth do you miss the people? I would say that although there were negative aspects to the way people conducted themselves as staff members inside the prison, the one thing that I knew for sure was if the shit hit the fan and my back was against the wall, all I had to do was press a button and they would come running whether they liked me or not. It's not about popularity in an environment like that. It's about the team ethic and going home safe, and that we're all there to look after each other. But no, I don't miss it at all. The role I'm now in provides me with an opportunity to make more of a difference in a way more positive way than what I did before, or the chance that I had before with the environment I was in. So yeah, no, I'm thoroughly enjoying my new job. Can't wait for the training to be over and just get on with it. And saying that, I already have a caseload, and am actually putting into practice what I have been learning, and I'm actually putting into practice things I haven't learnt yet. So I'm kind of ahead of the game, so to speak, I guess. I've recently been watching a YouTuber, I'm not sure how long he's been going for. His YouTube channel name is $1 Million Bogan. He's, by all accounts, a pretty down-to-earth guy. I've seen probably 6 or 7 of his videos, I can't imagine that he will be subscribed to me or watches my content. But if per chance you are watching, mate, I've got to say I love your content. I love your style, I love your editing. Keep it up, it's good to see. So if you haven't seen $1 Million Bogan, I'm not going to link his description because I'm pretty sure he'd be the only channel called $1 Million Bogan. Go over there and have a look. He travels all over the world doing awesome things on bikes, but just he's got a bit of wisdom to him about him as well. So in relation to get on your truck, in relation to the things he has to say about topics he talks about. Especially around depression and that kind of thing, and having suffered from depression myself previously, I could mirror his sentiments quite closely, actually, and it was a very eloquent video. I've seen dozens upon dozens of videos about depression and mental illness, and by people who, you know, are sympathetic or empathetic towards it, which is one thing, and that's nice. But unless you've really been through something like depression or any other kind of mental illness and come out the other side the right way up, you really haven't got too much of a leg to stand on by way of offering advice. You know, it's like when my marriage split up, I had people in my life offering me advice who had never experienced a marriage breakup that kids were involved in. You know, I'm very thankful of people who want to help and offer advice, but I'm very cautious of the advice that they offer, depending on how they qualify it, or if they've got any experience towards that particular situation. But anyway, $1 Million Bogan, go over and watch him. He's currently touring New Zealand and looking for hobbits, and had I known he was coming to New Zealand, would have been lovely to have caught up with you, mate. Yeah. And and had a chat. Anyway, he's doing some cool videos, currently travelling New Zealand. Well, he was going to travel New Zealand over 10 days. I assume he's since gone back to Australia. Will he wave? He's on a Harley? No wave. No wave. Can't wave.